Hey, I'm JB Smoove, and I'm breaking down some of the greatest moments on Curb Your Enthusiasm, featuring myself, Leon Black, getting that ass. Leon's intro. Larry David?
Yeah?
Hey, and where's Loretta? Loretta! My journey actually started from season 1 through season 6 of Curb, which I was not involved in. Sometimes you gotta become a fan of something that you end up on. And rarely do people become fans of shows that they end up on anyway. I saw there's definitely a demographic missing from the show. There were no people of color on the show as a regular character. I had a great opportunity to bring something different to the show itself. I first got on the show, I'm coming off of sketch comedy shows. My speed was still sketch. It's different mechanics. So my first scene with Larry was actually the stained blanket scene. Was it, what was it? And Leon said it couldn't have been mine because I gets mine, Larry. He said, cut. Do it more real. Don't do it sketchy. And I said, oh. He told me that one time. And after that, we took off.
And what do you mean, what kind of cum? Cum's cum?
Cum is not cum, Larry.
Cum's cum.
Well, it couldn't have been mine. You know why? Because I gets mines, Larry. I brings the ruckus to the ladies. On Curb, everyone's playing an exaggerated version of themselves. A little different. Leon, my character, doesn't exist. He is a character, so I'm improvising within a character. Not improvising as JB, playing JB on a show, over an exaggerated version of myself. I'm improvising what he would say, not what I would say. I wouldn't say half the shit Leon says in person to somebody. That's not me. You know what I mean? I don't walk around dragging my feet with fucking slides on all damn day. You have to know the character's the rules of the game of improv and rules that you already set in motion for your character. Let's just take the ejaculate scene. Him coming to the door is one thing. Okay, somebody just popped up who's Loretta's brother. You know what I mean? The uncle to her kids. That's one thing. But to be in a scene with Larry and go back and forth about the pronunciation of fucking ejaculate.
Not ejaculate, ejaculate.
What the fuck is ejaculate? You mean cum? You talking about squirting on somebody? And that became the introduction to fucking Leon. And I think that is the pace car for the next 7 seasons of who this guy is. And no one knows if the character was planning on being there past season 6. No one knows. But you get there, you do a good job, and you work, and you create something that is tangible, something that they can see expanding and becoming more. The dynamic between Larry and myself. Even though the family left that first episode, Leon stayed. He refused to leave. So everybody left. So I guess you're gonna be going upstairs. Eat this fucking Chinese food in my fucking room. He made himself at home. You got a chance to know that season 6, who Leon was and who he was gonna be, whether he's gonna be there or not, but he's unforgettable. Getting that ass, Larry, words to live by. You getting that ass, Larry? Know what I mean? You getting that ass, Larry. A character like Leon coming in opens up the floodgates because now he's experiencing things he's never experienced. He's a white, rich man in a big-ass house. Executive producer, writer, creator of Seinfeld. It's almost like you're giving somebody a new playground to play in. Larry's never heard getting that ass in his life. It's also Larry introducing a character on camera, a class of person that's never heard the term getting that ass. He had no idea when I said getting that ass, what getting that ass was.
What are you talking about?
You let the man slide today. You gotta immediately get in somebody's ass when that happens to you. You pull their asshole open, step into their asshole. His eyebrows went up, and he didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. But he just nodded his head. Okay. After we say cut, he said, what is getting that ass? I said, Larry, getting that ass is a term people use when they have to defend themselves verbally. You gotta reply and give somebody a verbal ass whooping. Sometimes a good verbal ass whooping is just as good as grabbing somebody and beating the shit out of them. Those words last forever. Eat some Snicker bars, throw some paper on the floor, read a newspaper, ball the paper up the newspaper, and throw the newspaper on the floor. Fuck his whole asshole up, you know what I'm saying? In shooting improv, in that scene, there's 5 versions of getting that ass. One involves lighter fluid and matches. Spray lighter fluid and light his ass and set a fire and burn it. You are asshole arsonist. You set that asshole on fire, Larry. They got it, but they don't use all of them. Because when they do Curb, they put it together like a puzzle. Everything gotta lead to another thing, which in turn tells the story of the whole season. Even though I did different versions in that scene, there is a means to the madness. When Larry takes all that stuff and starts to edit, there's a lot of callbacks in Curb that people don't even realize are callbacks too. Some things come right back in another form. Even though Curb is written in outline, 8 pages or whatever, there's room while you're doing the show, while you're shooting it, because it is improv, to take from something, repeat it later, because now it's a storyline. Danny Duberstein. Leon takes on the life of a dead white man.
Don't hurt me, please.
Oh, no. I'm Danny Duberstein, CPA.
You're Duberstein?
I'm Danny Duberstein. The Danny Duberstein thing was cool because, again, now you got 3 levels. You got JB playing Leon playing Danny Duberstein. He's talking shit, of course, but he's also trying to be professional. He's talking about the mathematics of a bar mitzvah and how many times you re-up the mitzvah, and all that stuff is coming out of Leon. Always keep your mitzvah kind of full, at capacity, mitzvah capacity. Leon don't know what the fuck he's talking about, but he finds a way to connect himself because he sees this guy's lean forward and he's very Kramer, and he's very Kramer. He's giving it to him, and he's asking questions to Leon. Leon got to answer these fucking questions. He's doing Larry a favor. He didn't have to do this shit. He had to put this goddamn suit on. It was the wrong suit anyway. He had a little bow tie on, like he was selling bean pies. But the scene worked because you being a fan of Michael Richards, you being a fan of Curb, and you know this big headline is out there, Michael Richards says the wrong thing in the comedy club. We did all that at one time. Larry found a way to soften whatever he was going through. He found a way to soften the blow a little bit within Curb, which is an over-the-top show that can easily attach itself to anything going on in the world, whether it's politics, whether it's relationships, whether it's sickness, whatever it is. He can find a way to make it work within the confines of the show.
What kind of asshole are you?
Whoa, okay. Let's just calm down now. We're getting ourselves all worked up for no reason, baby.
No, don't baby me. Don't calm me down.
But there's something funny about what if Leon was the dude that he was going back and forth with, which caused him to say that. In improv, you throw these things out, but they may or may not work. I told Larry 4 seasons ago, I said, look, man, when he took off 6 years from the show. I said, look, man, if you ain't coming back, you better fucking spin me off. I said, I got an idea. Danny fucking Duberstein, let fucking Leon live his life as a dead white man, take his name, and open a practice where he's a fucking psychiatrist, helping people in his own way? Shit. Danny fucking Duberstein. Larry just laughs that shit off every fucking time. Lampin Foisting.
He foisted you, man. Fucking Jimmy Kimmel foisted that bitch on you.
Even in my real life, I never heard the term foisted before. Larry finds these little words. A lot of people don't know that, but Larry is a history major. He's very fascinated with words, you know, and introducing people in the world to different words that they don't use. And foisted was one I never heard of before. But once he explained it to me, how Jimmy Kimmel foisted his damn assistant onto Larry, and this lady wasn't shit. She was terrible. You know, she got constipation and shit. You know, then Leon got into this whole thing about constipation, the dynamic of constipation.
I shot a porno constipated. I ran a 5K marathon constipated. Shit, man, come on. I was in a hot dog eating contest, constipated.
Hold on. You shot a porno?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Now, here's the thing about the tricks with Curb. I said in the show, I shot a porno constipated. Larry's eyebrows went up. He said, you shot a porno? But I ignored him. I didn't address it. Now, I could have dove in and it turned into a whole different scene, but I avoided it, thinking maybe we'll call it back later that I said, you know what? You mentioned doing a porno. You did a porno? And then I would have gave a whole different take on it, which is a whole different scene. If I had said, yes, I did a porno and got into the porno, it takes over the foisted, takes over the constipation. My trick is this. Every time we do a scene together, I try, rule of thumb is to give him something he did not know about Leon. That way he has ammunition, or he can call it back. It creates this mystique about who Leon is. You know what I mean? It builds his legend, I think, of the things he's done.
What are you doing?
I'm fucking lamping. What you doing?
And Lampin?
Lampin originally was guys standing under the streetlights in the city, in the Bronx, under the streetlights, and they would hang out and rap and whatever, do what they want to do. That was called Lampin. You know, then chilling came about. You know, of course, people love to chill. But I just reapplied Lampin because it's a cool-ass word, number one. I wanted to separate Lampin from chilling. You know what I mean? That's what Larry said. Yeah, I think you'd be chilling. No, Lampin is different. You could chill. You could walk around and chill. I'm in chill mode. That's different. Lampin is like, I ain't going nowhere. Leon brought Lampin back and reapplied it to his life, which is chilling out in that little bungalow, relaxing. Don't fuck me when I'm Lampin. Leon on dating back in the days in black and white, like Charlie Chaplin fucking.
It gets a rise out of guys and shit. Poop, poop, ba-doop.
That would get a rise out of you? A woman going poop,
Fuck
poop,
yeah.
doop?
If I lived in the fucking 40s and
Yeah.
some girl said poop, poop, ba-doop, I know I'm tapping that ass.
Poop Poop Doop is a way of paying homage to an era of love, and it was a different era. Leon stays up late watching old ass black and white movies, ladies with little short skirts on, and you imagine people fucking in black and white. You know, they didn't have no color. It was all black and white. So the Poop Poop Doop is Leon just showing his love for cinema, number one, and ladies were sexy back then, little skirts on, and they enticed a man with their little flirtatious fucking movements, and poop poop doop. And Leon said, when you see somebody go poop poop doop, you know you tapping that ass.
It's hard playing the infield with polio, you know?
I don't have polio, asshole.
Every kid with those kind of gloves had polio.
Larry old as fuck. Leon said, look, you old as shit, man. And when he pulled that glove out, Leon said, every old movie I've ever seen, there's always a little boy with that same fucking baseball glove with polio. Fucking legs all, he had polio. Leon, he had to connect Larry as a little boy and that glove and polio. God bless the people who had it and lived through it. But he assumed that Larry had polio. Leon does not believe Michael J. Fox.
He's got Parkinson's. Of course, it's Parkinson's. Yeah, he was shaking. He would never do anything like that on purpose. Michael J. Fox, never in a million years.
But he shakes, right? He has your soda that's shaking. He can't stop fucking shaking.
When people are fans of the show, you laugh at everything. I think what happens is people realize, wow, I'm laughing at some funny, disturbing shit here. And that's the thing about comedy. You have to choose your battles. You have to choose what's funny, what's real, what connects to people, what makes you a human being, and not necessarily separates you from everybody else. Look, Michael J. Fox is one of my heroes. I fucking love this man. Him coming on board the curb and laughing and talking about Parkinson's was freaking genius and amazing. And I think it really rings home how amazing Michael J. Fox is.
Just to be clear, you're not upset.
Let me get that. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
You can't help but think about it while you're doing the scene. Like, we going in hard right now. The whole thing about when Larry and I were in the kitchen and we're talking about the Parkinson's and how Michael J. Fox gave him a soda and the soda sprayed in his face because he was shaking. And Leon said, hey, you know, he could have had a dick in his hand.
Hand you the dick, and the dick shot sperm in your face.
Yeah, but why would he hand me a dick?
I'm missing an example.
What kind of example is that?
And Larry's like, why would he have a dick in his hand and sperm shoots in my face? I'm saying, I'm just giving you different examples of things that can be shaken up. Funny shit.
Michael J. Fox about to be Michael J. fucked up in a minute. But you go up there, you and him, that's a fair fight and shit. You know what I'm saying?
How's that a fair fight?
You know, even the Michael J. fucked up, you know, Michael J. Fox up there clumping around in the apartment above us. And I'm like, yo, I can't sleep with this shit going on. I said, maybe you should go up there, Larry. You know, if you and him get into it, it's even Steven. You know what I mean? And I go, what do you mean even Steven? You know what I'm saying? Y'all both, you know, you old and Michael J. Fox got Parkinson's. It's an even fight. If I go up there, you know, I'll kick Michael J. Fox's ass. Michael J. Fox would be Michael J. fucked up. And there's different versions of every fucking thing we talked about today, which is hilarious to think about. But there is shit on the edit room floor that you will never see. That's fucking hilarious. I told Larry, let's put a whole movie out with all these fucking scenes that didn't make the show. People will love that. Leon's tries glasses.
By the way, you know, I have a very good idea for you. To avoid situations like this in the future,
Yeah.
I think you should consider wearing glasses.
Fuck out of here.
You know, it's so funny because I actually used to wear glasses because I always loved glasses. Even though I didn't fucking need glasses, I used to wear glasses. A lot of things with Curb come from, you know, real shit. When Leon's giving him this good, bad advice that he always gives him, he brushes it off a lot. But for some reason, when Leon put glasses on, he seemed smarter. What he was saying made more sense because of the glasses. You put glasses on somebody, you think they know what the fuck they're talking about. People respect a person in glasses more than a person in shades.
You try to put a noodle in a woman? Women hate that, man.
That's a remarkably idiotic thing that you just said, but you know, the fact that you're wearing glasses, I perceive it as a little less idiotic than I normally would.
When he was walking down the street with Larry and was talking about the blue pill stuff, and Leon told him, look, no lady wants a man on top of them trying to stick a noodle, a ramen noodle in them. That's why you need the blue pill.
Juice? You want me to juice?
I want you to win.
You gotta cheat a little bit. And that was Leon's whole thing. You can't stick a noodle in a lady. It don't work like that. Leon loves watermelon.
I thought you hated watermelon. What's going on?
Okay, I fucking lied, okay? I fucking love watermelon. I love it, but I can't eat this shit in front of white people.
The watermelon episode is cool because people get a chance to see the watermelon in a different light. Watermelon is an amazing fruit, very healthy for you too. There's a negative tone to the watermelon, which is from the South. Disparaging kind of attachment to racism and what it is. Curb has a way of attaching itself to these issues, but making it relatable, but making it funny, but at the same time, keeping it real. Leon saying, I don't eat watermelon in front of white people became a layer that you wear on your skin. And then we started talking about different things that Jewish people eat that are attached to them forever. Like they can't shake that shit off. The filter fish and fucking matzo balls and shit like that. All that shit sound crazy as fuck to Leon. But when Larry made sense of it, okay, yeah. Do you eat matzo ball soup and the filter fish in front of every fucking body? Would you eat that shit in front of a Klan member? You know what I mean? It's like all these things that are attached to us as human beings, but there's a way of making light of it. And I think that episode was making light of what the watermelon has been associated with.
That's fucking 3 Mary Fergusons.
Who told you to have a watermelon orgy?
You told me that shit.
Fucking Mary Ferguson, man. Fuck Mary Ferguson. Kiss my ass, lady. End up with Vintman. Leon's smarter than people think. When Leon told Vintman that, you know, he should call his book China and Russia on that bullshit, Leon did a lot of things before they happened. When Leon was sitting in the pizza shop, Barack Obama wasn't even fucking president. Barack Obama was running for president.
Barack Obama, motherfucker. Barack Obama, I'm the president of hitting that ass.
Tim Meadows called Leon in that pizza shop, and Leon said, I'm the president of hitting that ass. Barack Obama, motherfucker. Barack Obama. If I was Barack Obama, I would thank Leon Black for saying, Barack Obama, I'm the president of hitting that ass, which put it into the universe that Barack Obama would be the fucking president one day. And not necessarily the president of hitting that ass, but the president of the United States of America. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Mr. President. Purse snatching.
I walk by, I grab the fucking purse, I run down the street, Larry pops the fuck out, tackles me, try to get the purse back, I fuck Larry up, and keep on rolling.
Larry just wants to be a fucking hero. But I told Larry, look, when he came to me and said, hey, would you snatch a purse and bring it back to me? And I said, nah, Larry, you can't do that shit half speed. I gotta really take the shit and you gotta try to get it from me and then I gotta fuck you up. You should come back with chipped teeth, a black eye, and a bloody fucking nose. And Larry was like, no, what do you mean half speed? You gotta do it for real. You know, you can't be a hero. You know, you'll be a better hero if you come back fucked up. People like the realism of it. You come back with your ass whooped, with another man's foot in your ass, I'm telling you, you get more respect that way. You really do. Leon drives to New York in that fucking Prius.
You drove the car?
Look what you did to the car.
I'll tell you something, this motherfucking car got some heart, man. I was surprised. I thought it was a bitch-ass car. This shit got some fucking heart to
He
it.
came to New York because, look, a lot of shit was going on in that house, man. He had a fucking roommate. Roommate wasn't chipping in. You know, he ran out of food to eat and shit like that. All the typical things that you would not think someone would leave town for. But he missed Larry. He didn't want Larry to come to New York by himself and be up here by himself. So Leon didn't fly because you need a fucking ID for that shit. You need an ID to fly. So Leon said, fuck that, I'm driving. He drove across the country in the Prius. I love Leon coming to New York because it's an adventure that he was on. Leon gets banned from an all-you-can-eat restaurant.
You stink! You fucking stink!
You stink, Shamo!
No, you stink! Get out! Both of you out! Both of you out! You forever! You maybe you have a shot.
Fuck you, Wendy.
Lifetime ban! Only person besides you! Gary Busey!
When he threw us out of the fucking buffet, you know, Leon said, man, if this was a brothel, I would be pissed.
Lifetime ban!
If I come in a brothel, I'm trying to fuck everything in here. If you throw me out that brothel and this brothel's supposed to be all you can fuck or all you can eat and you throw me out of here, I'll be pissed. Just as pissed as I would be if you throw me out of this goddamn buffet. See the logic? Once you make sense of it, then you can apply the funny. We already say you write serious and you add the funny. It's hard to do the funny because it becomes silly. Too silly to explain to make sense. Now you're trying to pick it up because you're trying to make sense of the silly. But you make the fucking real funny, it's an easier process. And I think that's what works for the Leon character, and it works in my journey.
You know who's gonna be a billionaire? Motherfucker who's gonna create a car that runs on piss.
The piss, the person would be a genius if they could find a way to make a car run on piss. Man, in my brain, I'm fucking hollering because it's the silliest shit to think about, but it makes fucking sense. You drink Gatorade, water, all kind of teas and coffees and shit, and you can't use that pee for nothing? That pee goes in a toilet bowl and goes away into the ocean? You can't find somebody to take that piss and put your dick in that gas hole, fill your car up, keep recycling your piss. Yeah, save the oceans, save all these people. Let that car run on piss. I don't do it outward, but I'm fucking hollering.
Is there any one moment that you remember specifically, the time you made Larry laugh the hardest?
Oh, it's so many, man. Pussy tea was amazing. All the taste of pussy without the commitment.
Pussy tea, huh? All the taste of pussy without the commitment.
Leon almost mimics the rhythm of stand-up when he's telling Larry something. And being animated with it, he's telling him what to do. And because I already seen what he laughed at, I change it. He fucks up every scene. He fucking laughs and fucks the scene up.